What's going on YouTube? It's the Monopoly Man James, and today I'm going to talk about how you can retire early from real estate investing. Stay tuned because it's going to be a good one. So there's going to be a 3-step process that you're going to want to do every single time whenever you're investing in real estate. Now there's multiple different ways that you can retire early in real estate, but I believe this is the fastest and quickest way you are going to retire early in real estate. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to buy a house with equity. Try to get a house that has roughly 30 to 35% of equity in the house, and it cash flows around $300 a month. The reason why I want it to have 30 to 35% of an equity position in the house, that means whenever you buy the house, either put a little work into it, that way you can have some forced appreciation, or it doesn't even work at all, and you can just go to the bank. This is the next step. Go to the bank and ask to get a refi, or in other words, refinance. What that means is the bank will take the amount of the house that it is worth, and they're going to take roughly 90 to 80% loan to value, which that means, say your house is worth $100,000, they're going to allow you to pull out the difference between your loan amount and 80 to 90% of that $100,000. So between 80,000 and 90,000, say you got this house for 70,000, 65,000. If you got it for that amount, you let it season for a little bit, and you go to the bank and say, hey, I want to refinance this house. Get appraisal done. They find out the house is worth $100,000. They take 85 to 90% of that, and what the spread is, what the difference is between your loan that you have on that house and the $85,000 or $90,000 on that property, that's what you can pull out at interest rates of probably like 5-6%. That's really cheap money to pull out. So say you did bought it for $70,000, and worst case scenario, they're only allowing you to pull out 80% of the property's value. So that difference is $10,000. Take that money, go do it again. What I mean by go do it again, you can do this in a form of house hacking. So house hacking is where you're living in the property and you're renting out either the basement or your Airbnb, the separate rooms in the house, just so you can offset the amount of the mortgage payment that you have on that property, right? So house hacking, you buy a house for sometimes 0%. I'm a veteran, I'm in the Air Force. So me and my wife, we bought this house for 0% down, but most of the population is not in the military. So you're going to have to be doing some form of FHA or just a primary residence loan, which could be 3.5 to 5% down on a $100,000 house. That's $3,500 or $5,000. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, if you're taking some value out of this video, please drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. It helps me reach more people. It helps me, like I said, reach a broader audience, and that way I can help more people just like you, and we can create some financial freedom for a bunch of people. A bunch of people are going to their 9 to 5. They're in the rat race, and they don't know about this stuff. So they think that 9 to 5 is all they can do. They're gonna retire at 65. They've already lived the best years of their life, and there's nothing really more to look forward to other than spending time with family, maybe even travel if you don't have a ton of health issues. So I really try to reach a younger audience so they can start their financial freedom journey, and they can retire early through real estate. So like I said, please drop that like and that subscribe button. It really helps. Thanks. That's why house hacking is so powerful. You can put down such a small amount on a property that has a large equity position, get in the house, live in it, rent it out while you're living in there. You live for free. Then some guidelines between doing an FHA loan, you have to live in the property for a year in most cases. In a year, move out. It's an investment property now, and you have this large sum of equity. Pull it out with a refinance, like we were talking about earlier, and pull that $10,000 out, go buy another house. And we were saying earlier, it only takes $35,000 to $5,000 roughly on a $100,000 house. You got $10,000. You can go do this. Go do it. Stow that extra money away in other investments or a high interest savings account. Wait a year again. As you're renting it out, as you're living for free, as you're cash flowing from the other property, the first one that you did, go do it again and again and again. And this is how people become rich so fast. Or there is a separate way you can be doing this. My buddy, my mentor, Chris Crone, he talks about compassionate financing. Also on his first deal, he did a house hack. So this stuff works. People do this every day. What he did was he saved up, I think it was $3,500, put a down payment on the house, rented out the basement, and he lived for free. Paid off what he did with extra money at the end of the month. When I say extra money, the money that you wouldn't be spending on your mortgage, paying off your debt, like I was talking about in a previous video, paying off your high interest debt, paying off credit cards, paying off your car, etc. You knew all these different things. So it kind of went away from compassionate financing, or it's better known as a lease option or rent to own. So like I was saying, my mentor, Chris Crone, well, all this means is whenever you buy the house, you rent it out, you're living rent free, and you're house hacking to another house, the house you just moved out from, you're going to want to do a compassionate finance deal. Lease option or rent to own. If you've never heard these terms before, that means you're putting a family inside of one of your homes that are going to be paying you rent roughly $200 more than the average rent price. Say rent is $1,000, more likely they're going to be paying you $1,200. There is a bunch of different things that go into that. I'm not going to go into that this video, but I will in another video. And the people that you put, the family that you put inside of this home, they're going to give you a down payment. You're going to be cash flowing more than you would a normal rental. And then in the end, for my properties, I do 2 years minimum. And what that means is in 2 years, 3 years, that family that you put in there, they are going to purchase that house for what the market value is. So if appreciation does you well, you get a lot of money. If the market if it tanks, there's a special clause in the contract saying that it can't go below a certain price. So you're basically recession proof with a compassionate finance deal. And kind of going back to the house hacking, I know a guy, I don't remember his name, but what he did was so creative and it worked so well for him. He would buy a property. I don't remember if it was a 1 bed or 2 bed house, but he would make the living room his living space, and he would rent out that 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms. That's pretty creative, and I don't know if you are going to want to make that sacrifice, but he did. He made that work. He made that sacrifice. He's financially free now. I don't remember his name, but that is just one of the ways you can do this. If you don't have enough down payment for a 2-bed house in your area, get a 1-bed house, live in the living room, rent out the extra bedroom, and that can offset your mortgage. There's so many different ways you can do house hacking. Buy a duplex. I don't mess with the duplex realm, the triplex realm, fourplex. I don't mess with that realm, but I've heard of people buying a duplex, living on one side, renting out the other. They're living for rent free. Mortgage and rents are the biggest expense the average American has. If you can offset that by doing a house hack and you don't have to pay for that, you're already ahead of so many people. House hacking has been around for a while, but not a lot of people have been doing it. A lot of people have, but in the grand scheme of things, not a lot of people have. So this is why I'm telling you, this is one of the best real estate investing tools out there, is house hacking. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, all right, guys, we're wrapping it up. And if you've enjoyed the video on how to retire early from real estate investing, please drop a like, comment down below any questions, any concerns, anything you have. I will respond to every single one of them. So drop that comment, don't be scared. I will answer you. Until next time, guys, I'm out. See you in the next one.